Good evening.
And Happy New Year.
And welcome back to the third and hopefully not final season of the Early Late Night Live Show.
Well, we know that we've been gone for several weeks and that you missed us severely.
Severely.
But we want to assure you that just a holiday break and we're back in action.
Yes, and we're going to be back for another year of news and
out of date, irrelevant news.
And guests.
Which Terry will interview. And frankly, Terry's a terrible host.
And witty banter.
If by banter you mean beratement from Terry.
And of course the ever popular trailer chat.
Popular? With who? We immediately lose our entire audience as soon as the segment starts.
Well, we know. That's why Terry moved it to the beginning of the show.
So we can start the show off with no audience at all.
Well, I guess Terry didn't think of that. He isn't very good at this, but he is the host of the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8.
Let's roll the opening credits.
Hello and welcome back to the Early Late Night Live Show. We are on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel, and on Facebook. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and enemies alike, because this is a judgment-free zone. I can't even finish that sentence. Truth be told, I have gotten a haircut, and I'm actually really glad that I got a haircut because I don't look like a homeless hippie or like a really, broke, starving artist, even though I am. Anyways, it's the start of our third season here, and I am so excited that we are back for the third season. This is really cool. It's 3 years I've been doing this. If you look back at the first couple episodes, you think, well, why do they last this long? And if you're looking at it now thinking the same thing, we're in trouble. Okay, hello to Bob Turanjo. He says, hello from New Hampshire's western border. Okay, I guess he's near Massachusetts, but we'll forgive him anyways. All right, sitting with me. Western border. No, that's right, south. Yeah, my bad. Okay, anyways, all right, I cut off too much hair, I guess, then. Sitting with me always, unfortunately, is my sister KJ.
Hey.
And you're here.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good to be back, third season.
Yeah, I know.
Right. And the man who just cannot take any more beratement.
No, I can. That's why I'm
abuse.
Here. So what? My skin got thicker over the New Year's.
Oh yeah.
Holiday.
So what's your New Year's resolution then?
I don't know. Just
okay,
keep
good.
doing what I'm doing.
All right,
Make one.
We have to get moving into this really quick. First of all, I want to welcome a certain person back to our show. Adam West has returned. So welcome back, Adam West. All right, and he's a gopher, not a beaver. Okay, but we are changing up the schedule a little bit. We're trying a couple new things, and let us know if you like it, and let us know if you don't like it. But we're starting off with trailer trash at the beginning of the show, just to get right into it and get it out of the way, so you can enjoy the rest of the show. All right, Arnie. So what's the first trailer we have up?
I totally spaced because I forgot we switched up the show. Does anyone?
First trailer we have up is Underwater.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's underwater. Oh
yes,
my God.
Diamond Edge says hi. All right, let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay. So, sorry about that.
Underwater stars.
It's coming out in 2020. It stars Kristen Stewart, T.J. Miller, and Vincent Cassell.
You say this year, not 2020.
2020.
It starts this year. It comes out this year.
It is also 2020.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it's not
I'm going to have a hard enough time tonight.
Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Okay, so and it's about a crew of aquatic researchers who work to get to safety after an earthquake devastates their subterranean laboratory. But the crew has more than the ocean's seabed to fear. Now, I didn't think they were actually afraid of the seabed. I thought they were also afraid of the water. But,
right. I guess not.
Yeah.
I guess, though, if you are an underwater scientist or whatever it is they are in this, being afraid of water probably
not a good,
not a good affliction.
Thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have heard a lot of pilots are afraid of heights. So, anyway, we're gonna go right into this. First of all, hi, Mike Kehoe. Nice haircut. Thank you.
I agree, Mike.
Yeah. Mike, haircut or what? What did Mike say? Okay, anyways.
Or Diamond Edge.
To the show.
Oh, no,
right.
Diamond Edge said nice haircut.
Thank you for the haircut. Yeah, Mike Kehoe said, welcome to the show. I agree. That's an odd sentence to agree with. So, Arnie, what's your thoughts on this trailer?
I thought for such a incredibly tense and scary setup. It's a really boring trailer.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't expecting.
Kristen Stewart looks really good in it. The effects look good. I just wasn't scared at all.
All right.
So, and honestly, I thought if there is a monster in this, it's wasted because the setup itself is scary. A survival story itself would be scary enough. Adding a monster just seems like unnecessary.
Okay.
But that's just my take.
All right. Mitch, your thoughts?
Well, we haven't seen a good underwater movie since The Abyss. It's been a long time since we've seen any good underwater movies.
If you define that as a good underwater movie.
I was just going to say, if you define The Abyss as a good underwater movie, I actually really liked it, just in general. But
it was
looks
really
pretty
good
intense.
until it wasn't anymore. That's my opinion of The Abyss.
So this looks like a fast-moving film, or it's got some intense moments, which will obviously require some build-up and so forth. And so if they develop the characters right, and I care about who it is that's underwater and dying, or potentially dying, then it could be interesting to watch. Kristen Stewart, it looks like a neat role for her. So.
All right. Well, okay, so I've got a couple feelings about this. First of all, I like the Alien vibe. It does feel like Alien, which is a very good movie. I like that vibe. I do like the stranded thing. I like monsters within a disaster situation. I always find that type of situation interesting. Like when you have, for example, the last fight scene in Revenge of the Sith between Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker. I like the fact that the planet was trying to kill them too.
Yes,
it makes it that much more intense. So I'm with that, even though a good survival story would have been fine. I feel like in the trailer, yes, none of the stuff seemed too surprising, but watching this, if I was to watch this in theaters, there'd probably be a lot of good jump scares in this.
That's what I was thinking too.
It does intrigue me. I'm curious what the monster is. And I haven't felt this way about a trailer in a while, but I am curious what the monster is. Something about this trailer, though, has given it it sends it right down the toilet for me, though. The first shot of Kristen Stewart is look at me running around in my sports bra. And half the trailer is her running around in my sports bra, which just seems like a cheap sort of, the trailer looks
Alien
good
ripoff.
enough. Well, but that wasn't even that. There was no point where she was running around in a sports bra, at least, I think she had a scene when she was in her underwear at the very end of the movie where she was finally relaxing. You thought the monster was out. Mm-hmm. This is like, we're going to start off the trailer with her in a sports bra. And to me, I just don't like it. It's like, why are you doing this? The trailer looked interesting enough without having to go, it's just dumb. So that hurt the trailer for me. Otherwise, this looked like a really good trailer. Arnie, your thoughts on it?
Pretty much just what I said.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Your rating on it. Sorry.
Yeah. That's
right.
fine.
Yeah. I'm not used to. We switched everything around. I'm
scared. I know, and I'm like,
Right.
Anyway, so I'm just going to give it a meh review because I'm just meh.
Right. Meh. All right.
Meh.
Your rating though? It's like the thumbs
meh.
up.
Yeah,
Meh.
she
Okay.
met it. She met it.
Meh.
I'm one thumb up for the genre because I like the scariness aspect of it and being underwater, a new environment, and one kind of more or less towards the bottom here, just because, well, I don't know, it just doesn't feel it. I'm not feeling it.
All right. I'm kind of like that too. One thumb up because if it wasn't for the cheesy look at the girl running around in a bra thing, all right, this would have been 2 thumbs up because there was really nothing wrong I found with this trailer beyond that. But that makes me think, is the whole thing kind of, I know it seems like a small, maybe it doesn't seem like a small element, but it's sort of like, it's why? Like, I feel like that is like, it's sort of like telling the end of the story at the very beginning. It's like, you're so insecure about this film that you're going to give away everything you can. It put a bad taste in my mouth. Anyway, so 1 thumb up and one thumb down. But
there's something unrealistic about her walking outside the bathroom without buttoning. Like the instinct is
that's
like,
what I mean.
you're at work now, you're gonna start buttoning your shirt up. So I agree with you on that.
Like daytime television type of girl hears something stalking, so she walks half naked out into the dangerous area. Okay, right.
Create the danger, the vulnerability of the character.
Yes, yeah.
So, know.
Yeah. Beyond that, there's
Half
nothing else
dressed
wrong with
is,
the trailer.
pretty scary.
Arnie, you're Arnie. Next trailer.
I know what the next trailer is
You know what the
now.
next trailer
Yeah,
is.
I'm actually on top of this now. Okay, the next trailer is called Free Guy. All right, so that also comes out this year, 2020, on July 3rd.
If you didn't know what year it was.
I didn't know what year it was. It's been a long week.
This has got a great opening, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. All right, this has got the main actor twice. This has got the main actor written all over it. Arnie, continue.
It stars Ryan Reynolds and Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
Thank
or
you.
whatever, yeah.
It's directed by Sean Levy.
Oh, he's a comedy director. He's a pretty good
Yep.
comedy director.
And the write-up is a bank teller discovers that he's actually an NPC inside a brutal open-world video game.
What's NPC? Non-player character or something like that?
NPC?
NPC.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
non-player
right,
character.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah,
That's
all right.
it.
So, okay.
It's got Joe Keery, too, in it, from Stranger Things.
Yeah. So this also, this was filmed in Boston. This is a locally filmed, and you know a bunch of people that think.
I know a bunch of people that worked on it, yeah.
Right.
I never got the opportunity myself.
Right. Now, this has got Ryan Reynolds written. This is Ryan Reynolds.
All day, yeah, 100%.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I feel like he had a big say in his sort of ability to act completely different in a situation where he should be acting a certain way, like when he's crying in the end when he hurts the guy. I'm so sorry. Right.
He's not dead,
Right,
he's just
yeah,
sleeping. He's in pieces. No,
The
he's
concept looks interesting. It looks funny. It looks very funny in that weird sort of quirky way. I like it's not one gun, it's two Glocks or whatever that line is at the end. I like that line. It looks like it could be really entertaining. I hope, though, it's not as flaky as it feels. I feel like, okay, kind of like the Birds of Prey trailer. Is there anything else to this than what is in the trailer, though? And that's the only thing I'm worried about. Is there actually any story in this thing, or is this all just a bunch of jokes about video games? Because this could have been a short film, otherwise Ryan Reynolds would have been amazing. All right, Taika Waititi, or whatever the hell I pronounce his name, looks awesome. Nice to see the guy from Stranger Things in there. That's Steve the Hair Harrington.
That's right.
Right,
Yes.
Steve the Hair Harrington.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Who my hair was very similar to.
It was not
until I
far
kinda-
off. Yeah.
It was not far off.
Just needed a little hairspray and a little.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Mitch Fortier, your thoughts on this?
So, being a video gamer, I was immediately attracted to the idea of the film. Looking for all the good jokes, the insider stuff, the Easter eggs and things that will apply to that industry. The fact it was shot in Boston, it immediately makes me want to watch it because I want to see if I can recognize anything and so forth.
Yep.
Love Ryan Reynolds. It is funny. It's got a lot of really funny lines in it. The adventure of it seems kind of fun. It's fast moving. There's a lot of neat stuff going on. They use the glasses that you can see the things that aren't really there when you take them off, which is kind of fun and neat. So yeah, it's got my attention.
All right, Arnie?
Okay, so when I first heard what the concept was, I thought, oh, this is like the Truman Show, except fun. So I was really intrigued by that because I did watch the Truman Show and I thought
It's a
it
good
could
movie,
be
but
more
it's not fun and it's way too long.
It is not fun,
Right.
and it is too long.
Yeah.
But I think this looks like a lot of fun. I love Ryan Reynolds. I like the concept. The only problem I had with it was how is this going to end?
What's that mean? Is there a story to
He's
this?
not a real person. He's a character in the thing.
He's
and
casual walking through the city while all the crap is going on. When he's
Yeah.
walking and the guy just walks by and punches him in the face and he just keeps walking.
Just keeps walking, yeah. So this looks like a lot of fun. I'm a little worried about the ending because I like happy endings.
Right.
And I always want Ryan Reynolds to have a happy ending. so I think it looks like a lot of fun. Like I said, the Truman Show, except fun.
Right. Okay.
That was what
all
I
right,
thought.
Arnie, you rating?
I'm going to give it 1.5 because I'm
Okay.
worried about that ending.
All right. Mitch, rating?
I'm 2 thumbs up all the way.
All right.
This is going to be fun.
The part with the cars, 2 cars hitting him still makes me laugh. I'm sorry. So I got 1 thumb solidly up and 1 thumb just about to pop up because there's nothing in the trailer that's wrong with it. I like it and it makes me laugh and I think Ryan Reynolds is awesome. So, all
But
right.
not 2 thumbs?
Not 2 solid thumbs because it did, the story thing.
Yeah.
Is there a story? It doesn't need to be much of one for this, but there needs to be something. All right. Anyways, that's the end of Trailer Trash. It is out of the way. So when we come back, we will have our special guest, Matt Newton, who is the head of the film and television department in New Hampshire. And if you didn't know one existed, you do now. And you're going to hear more about it. We'll be right back with the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8.
No.
Again.
What's going on?
Well, we're trying to film a promo for the Early Late Night Live Show, but Facebook Live keeps kicking us off.
Technical difficulties. Tell me about it.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. All right. It's the Early Late Night Live. Oh, let's see.
What are you trying to say?
Well, you know, that people should watch the show because we have so much fun, talk entertainment news and, you know, things like that. And, of course, my segment.
Yeah.
I swear, Facebook hates us.
You know, hey, maybe if we do this.
Ooh. Oh.
Whoops. Accidental selfie.
Yeah. Okay. Look, let me.
I got this.
No. You apparently don't.
No, I
You don't actually know what you're doing. All right.
It's my phone.
Yeah. No. Listen. Let me do it. Let me do it.
guys.
You're acting like such a girl.
Oh my gosh, you
Guys.
What?
We're live.
Hey. Join us Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Exeter Channel 98.
And on YouTube when it works.
And we'll talk entertainment news and trash some trailers. And then, of course, we've got my segment. So don't miss it. Join us on Wednesday night at 7 p.m.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Siblings.
He is 15 years the head of the film office in New Hampshire, director of the film office in New Hampshire. He's a man who has been to LA and is now on Facebook playing video games as well, which is something I just found out about. He's been in touch with Josh Whedon, sort of, and he's sitting on our couch now. He's Matt Newton. How you doing? Yeah. This is great. No, it's awesome. I'm glad. I've been told you about the show as soon as I got it going. Yeah. Right. This is the start of our third season. Now, when I brought up this idea to you, and you have a million ideas, did you ever think this idiot would still be able to keep doing this show after 3 years? Because really, so that makes one of us. Because I didn't think I was gonna be able to pull it off.
Honestly, I gave us 6 months.
I would say it's so cool that to have you here at the start of season 3. So this is how we treat the guy who runs the film department in New Hampshire. We forget to turn his microphone on.
I deserve to be muted sometimes. That's fine. That's fine.
So he's a gamer. He's headed to film. You heard my spiel, I think. So, but anyways, good to have you here finally.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a great job. I love this.
Oh, thank you.
This is good stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's so cool. We get to talk with a lot of people here. But
no, it's really cool because I get to see, you've had actors on, other filmmakers, and it's just always nice to see other stuff happening around the state, things that I might not be aware of. So it's very informative.
Not our show. No, you haven't paid too much attention in America.
He's just talking about my segment.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
His segment.
We don't have relevant information. You are the most relevant thing that we've ever had on the show. Something may actually be happening with you.
Nice.
So tell us a little bit about what it is you do. Tell the audience about what it is you do in New Hampshire, because a lot of people in New Hampshire, artists included, one of the reasons why the show was created was people don't realize that there is film stuff and this film opportunity in New Hampshire, but just nobody talks to each other and no one's aware that there's someone to talk to. But that's where you come in.
Yeah, most every state has a film office like myself. I've got counterparts in almost every state. You were watching the trailer for the Ryan Reynolds film down in Boston. They obviously, Massachusetts has a film office there, and they're doing extremely well bringing in projects there.
Right.
We could go down the road talking about financial incentives and things like that, something that New Hampshire just hasn't been able to offer yet.
Right.
So we haven't seen the big projects, the big Hollywood projects coming into the state, but there's such a nice independent film niche here.
Right.
It's a great place to create. A lot of people like to create with each other, and so we're kind of capitalizing on that. So my job is to help that happen, especially when people are coming in from out of state. They don't necessarily know the lay of the land. They don't know the people that are here, the folks that they can work with. So they usually call a film office to say, hey, I'm thinking about filming in your area. Can you help me with finding crew? Could you find this location for me? I need to close a road. Is there a way that we can do that for this production? So my job is, I speak both languages. I've worked in film all my life, so I know that lingo. But now I can translate it into government speak. And so I can talk to towns and state agencies and kind of guide them through, because you always get that deer in the headlights look. It's like, oh, you want to close a road for what? Terry Traynor wants to do what? So, my job is to convince them, no, look, Terry's a nice guy. He knows what he's doing. And here are the steps we need to.
Few times, by the way. There's been a few times where like, hey, yeah, well, this is going to work.
Yeah. So it's a lot of logistics, as you know, that goes into production. And a film office is there to not only attract the production, but act as a buffer between the production and the community, so that when the production leaves, the community says, hey, we want more of that, and not be turned off.
An easy thing to pull
it's
off.
not an easy thing to pull off because, production can be disruptive. And whether you're taking up parking spaces or using somebody's home or what have you. So you sort of need that on the ground person to help with all that and to sort of massage it through.
What was the saying? It's, it may be your home, but it's my set.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or vice versa. You get somebody offering a home for a set. Yes, that's your set, but ultimately they sleep there that night.
Right.
So, there's sort of massaging on both sides that needs to happen. And hopefully a film office can help with that.
Yeah. If you hear some noise, by the way, this is actually live, and there is a snowstorm
There's a
outside.
freaking blizzard out here. I drove in, and it's like, what is going on here?
Right. Yeah. So just so you know, we are actually live. So there's a news report, and if you're watching this late, it was a snowstorm. All right.
Officially, it was a squall. I got the notification on my phone. It actually literally said squall, and I'm like, okay, so that's like a real official word.
Right. Wow.
Hampshire, we have squalls.
So what is someone wants to film? Like in any state, big or small, at what point should they call the film office?
I would recommend they call, when they're even in development of the project, because if you're writing your script and you've got a certain idea on how you want to film your project, calling a film office, if you're dead set on filming in New Hampshire, I can help guide you through. Oh, you're looking at filming in Exeter. Well, maybe there's some loopholes we got to jump through with the town, or alternatives, things like that, as you're developing your project.
Right.
Further along, if you're ready to go, it's all about sort of the nuts and bolts.
Right.
Hey, I need a PA for this shoot, or do you have an extra camera person I can talk to, or I need a police detail. How do I go about getting one of those for my shoot? So there's no dumb questions, but there will be times where I have to just say, no, we can't help you with that for whatever reason.
What's the most outrageous request that you've had?
Oh, I tell you, when I first started,
you got excited.
Can
we talk about this on television?
I keep a running list of these things. When I first started, Transformers was going into production, and they were looking around for two things. They were looking for abandoned nuclear plants that had the dome, because the scene where the big Transformers inside there. And they were looking to close down a stretch of interstate highway for like 2 weeks for the big chase scene on the highway.
They were like, Boston's used to that.
Call them. No, but what they would typically do, and this was just after incentives really started getting into play, so locations were still key.
Right.
And they would blanket all the states, and they would say, hey, we've got this project, this is what we're looking for, who can come through for us?
Right.
And it was just, all my calls were like, we only have a couple of interstate highways, and there's no way we can close them for 2 weeks.
No.
So obviously that's a no. Our nuclear power plant is very active, so obviously that's a no-go too. So it's questions like that keep things interesting, and a lot of times we'll get pieces of projects that either end up filming here or going elsewhere. The Star Trek reboot, the first one, there's the big scene with the kid, he's in the car.
Yes.
And the cliff scene.
Yeah.
Well, they were obviously, it's a special effects plate, but they wanted a quarry for that. So they did scout Concord, the quarries there. They ended up going to Vermont for that. But when
That's what we filmed. We filmed in that
yeah,
quarry, actually, one of those quarries.
yeah, when I see those movies, I'm like, well, we had a shot at that, you know.
They filmed that in Vermont?
I heard that they shot the effects plate for that
Really?
in Vermont. Yeah, yeah. And I always hear about like, oh yeah, that got filmed elsewhere. You know, I have a longer list of major motion pictures that have not shot here instead of having been shot here. But that said, we get a lot of the really smaller independent films like In Your Eyes, Joss Whedon's project.
Yeah.
And that, you know, they hire people and they spend money here. So those things are just as important.
So speaking of hiring people, you mentioned that people come to you oftentimes for help in finding individuals. Where do you source those, and how? And can people come to you to tell you that they're available? And
yeah, exactly. We keep a directory, and it's sort of the first point of contact for any projects coming in looking for crew. You can sign up for that, register if you're a camera person or you're a grip or a PA or whatever, and you have credits behind you and you want to get yourself out there. Call the office and we'll get you listed on that website. And so when somebody does call me, yeah, for instance, we're really gearing up for the presidential primary. We have a lot of media that shows up here. So there's a lot of the networks that will be calling the film office asking for extra camera people, videographers, or even PAs. You know, we had a request the last cycle to have somebody just hold a cell phone for the network. And so while the camera guy and the producer are doing their thing, maybe there's a candidate moving across town, and so they'll get the call, you know, and people get paid for that stuff. We had Comedy Central here filming the primary as well, so we had a couple people on that. So yeah, they can definitely contact us.
Of course, we don't talk politics on this show, so we can't go any
No,
further.
no, we don't talk politics.
We're not
We're
wrecking
about
this first
production.
show
We're about
of
production.
season 3. Matt, why did you do this? I brought you in here and I trusted you.
It's not about politics, it's about the production
Okay,
of
well,
politics.
production. But speaking of government,
Yeah.
the link. So you worked in LA.
I did.
Yes. Okay. How long were you out in LA for?
Oh, maybe 3, not quite 4 years.
Okay. Mitch has been on quite a lot of professional film sets. I've worked down in New York City. One thing I could best describe working on a film set is it's not very organized, and it honestly is like the most amount of money you will see being spent on people wondering whose job is it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I thought about government. I thought, how different is the two? Like that there's a, how different is the lingo and like the energy and the pace? Because you're going from a hard to understand business and you're trying to translate it from another extraordinarily hard to understand business, and they both have to work together because there is no rules in film. There's absolutely no rules on how the sets will work and how the energy will work. I don't know, is there rules
Absolutely.
working in government? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Every agency is a little different on how they approach permissions and things like that. So my job is to not only help the production get what they need, but get the state agencies or towns what they need. And if, you know, every town has a different permitting process. You know, a lot of it is simply just a handshake and some words, a conversation.
Yeah, that's like Portsmouth, Exeter, Manchester. A lot of it just you just have to get, especially in New Hampshire. You just have to. It's either yes or no.
It's all relationships. It's all relationships. But you know, at the state level, if you want to film in a state park, there's a little permitting process that goes with that, or safety details, things like that. There's, you know, we had a what was it? Bear Grylls, that survival show on NBC. They wanted to film in the White Mountains. There was extensive permitting for that because there was stunt sequences and you know, very dangerous situations up there. So we had to work with multiple state agencies on that. And you never see that on the screen. You know, you just see what happens. But there's a lot, as you know, in production that goes into those little, you know, 30-second moments.
Now, have you ever had to sit down in front of some government official and try to explain something in this manner that sounds like I filmed in front of the state building, and I had to call up and say, hey, for our road trip documentary, the American Traveler thing, and our goal was to take my Mini Cooper and try 1 tank of gas to get from there to Lebec, Maine, which is as far as you can go east. Now, as a filmmaker, it's like, oh, cool, that sounds like a good idea. When you try to call someone up who is not an idiot, right, and doesn't live a wacky life, and you try to explain that I want to try and get my vehicle a great distance on 1 tank of gas, And you can hear in their voice they're trying to be polite, but they want to ask, "Why the hell are you wasting your life?" And to get the film in front of the state building. Yeah.
The trick of that is, as a filmmaker, and this is advice to filmmakers out there, is that when you're calling another agency, if you're not going through me and you're asking those questions, don't talk so much about what your project is about, but talk about exactly what it is you need to do. And so when you call a state agency and you say, I want to film in front of the State House, I want to do it on this day, this time, I'm going to have this many people, what do you need from me? They're more receptive because they know that process. When you start talking about what it is you're trying to do and what your film is about, you tend to lose them. So,
Eyes glaze over.
Eyes glaze over, deer in the headlights kind of thing. So, yeah.
Have you gotten a call from a fellow government worker saying, I've got some idiot on the phone?
Oh, I have stories. My favorites are August is what I call the cabin by the lake month. That's the month where independent horror filmmakers come to the state and they want to find the rustic cabin in the woods and they do their little slasher films. And not a year goes by that Monday morning I'll get a call from a police department saying, were you aware of this project? Because we had multiple calls over the weekend of a woman screaming in the woods, and we got there, and it was just a movie. So it's just...
Yes, that's a good point, because Terry does action films, and one of the main things he does is call the police department and let them know, we're filming on this day, the guns are fake, if you want to send a guy over, you know.
Right, I mean,
Absolutely.
we filmed up the road here in Exeter, and we had guys in paramilitary efforts. We weren't outside, that's a key factor, we weren't outside. We thought the building was empty, though. We were told the building would be empty. We didn't told there were people going to their therapist on Saturday morning and walking around the corner seeing a bunch of guys in military gear with weaponry.
Yeah.
We think we just increased their revenue for the month. That's all I'm saying, all right? So whoever it is, I think they owe us a paycheck. All right, any last words? I know...
No,
I
I encourage any of your filmmakers watching out there, contact me at the film office. Visit nh.gov/film. You'll find all the information there. And if you're looking to get listed in the directory, happy to help.
All right, and we will drop the links below. Matt, so great finally having you on. It was over so quick. We got to have you back on the show.
It's my pleasure.
At some point in time. All right, and Matt Newton will be dropping the links for his stuff down below. Make sure you reach out to contact him. Just in general, I'm sure just to say hi, just so you get to know more and more people out here. And let's make New Hampshire grow in the film industry. Anyways, when we come back, we have a little bit of news about a little cute baby with green ears that you don't want to miss. So we'll be back. Early Late Night Live Show, Wednesday night, 7-8.
What's going on? Oh, hey, we're starting a new show.
I'm hosting. So are we. I even wore my suit.
Yeah, we thought at this point it would be probably a little bit better to aim at a younger audience, so we hired Kate. And then.
Wait, them? Our names are them?
Shut up.
Except we won't talk sports, we're not gonna talk politics, just entertainment.
That's the same as my show.
Or not that original.
Get out.
Stay.
Terry, this is my show.
Want to keep your job?
You're fired.
What?
I'm here!
Show's canceled.
All right, all set.
Where's Arnie? I told her 9 o'clock.
Oh, she'll be here.
I'm here, guys, I'm here. Oh, you look great.
Thanks.
Arnie?
Yeah,
We're supposed to be filming promos for the Early Late Night Live Show.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, and didn't you get the text message about the dress code?
Oh, right, yeah, you said dress appropriately.
And?
Well, I thought you said that on this show you represented independent, angry filmmakers. Mitch represented actors in the industry, and I represented geeks and fangirls.
Yeah?
And you said dress appropriately.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so, appropriate.
Oh, cool.
Watch the Early Late Night Live Show.
Every Wednesday night at 7 on Exeter 98.
And live on YouTube.
Live long and prosper, y'all.
Arnie?
Yeah,
Get out.
right.
I like it.
Welcome back to the early late night live show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 in Exeter, channel 98, and on our YouTube channel, the early late night live show YouTube channel. Give us just 1 second. We just got to bring up a quick message that we have to say to, we have a new, we're sponsoring a local charity, and I'm waiting for the director out back to bring up the information so I can read it. So I'm not doing it. There we go. Where is the information? This is going to be really awkward. This is, I feel like that file was way further away than it should have been. Okay, all right. The Early Late Night Live Show is a proud sponsor of Annie's Angels Memorial Fund right here in Exeter. For the past 13 years, Annie's Angels Memorial Fund mission has been to help local families struggling financially through disease, illness, disability, connecting neighbor to neighbor, friend to friend, and business to business in a caring fundraising network. But they can't do it without our help. So take a moment after the show, because you should stay tuned into the show, go to anniesangels.org and to make your tax-deductible donation today. That's anniesangels.org for more information. Contact Bill at anniesangels.org. Scroll down the rest so I can read the rest of the thing, Jack. Scroll. Scroll. All right. Annie's Angels is angel hands, angel hearts working together to help friends in need. This is a company that's run by a friend of mine, and they are a really, really great charitable organization that just genuinely helps people in need. Everything from getting them a tank of gas to helping them deal with really severe situations. It's a wonderful company, so definitely check them out. We're now a proud sponsor of them, and I'm really glad about that. But anyways, it's the third quarter of the show, and now we are tuning into our news segment. Not our news segment, our news segment. And later on in the show, in the final quarter, we have a special new music video to play, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But now we turn to Mitch for the news.
Yeah, now that we know we have our entire audience available.
Yes. Our entire captive audience.
Oh, man. So, 2019 was an interesting year overall, right? And 2020 is new. So, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. We can review 2019 if we wanted to all night long, I think, at this point. But
we're not going to.
I'm not going to.
Right. Good.
So, we're going to start off with some new stuff. And basically, we'll go back to box office. It's always kind of an interesting subject. But Star Wars, of course, the talk of December is made. It's at 936 million worldwide now. So it's kind of at the bottom of the entire series, if you will. Jumanji's in second with 615 million worldwide after only 4 weeks. So they're doing a little bit, they're doing pretty well considering they had to go up against Star Wars.
I know,
They're going up against
right?
Star Ward. I wonder how Star Wars feels that they're being beat by Kevin Hart pretending to be Danny Glover. Like, I don't know.
I think they have probably more staying power too, because they were a bigger audience, bigger overall audience, right?
What, Star Wars or Jumanji? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're going to do pretty well.
Yeah.
Little Women shot in New England. They were third.
Okay, make sure you specify Little Women is a movie that was filmed in New England. Not Little Women shot in New England. Little Women shot in New England.
Yeah.
This is sort of a bad part of our history. I think we need to really sort of like
Gonna work that out. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
It gives you something to joke about, though.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's a pretty healthy, considering it's a girly movie that's been done a million times. That's a pretty healthy opening box office.
What was the opening box office?
Or 83 million?
83 million.
Worldwide? That's
That's
pretty
what it's
good.
made?
Worldwide.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
For something that I think in general, it's not a huge audience pool to be.
well, it is a big audience. Pretty much every girl you know has read Little Women. Little Women's a huge hit in England and lots of other
Right.
places as well. It's kind of like Anne of Green Gables.
Right.
That kind of
Oh, I
audience.
gotcha.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily.
Mitch said that as if he read that.
I know Anne of Green Gables.
I
well.
know, but did either one of us read it?
No, but I was
haven't.
in the play.
You were in
it
the
was my
play.
first play ever. It's
Really?
my first role ever was
Anna?
Gilbert Blythe.
Oh, I mean,
I was
right.
going to say Gilbert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so this wouldn't necessarily be a movie that people would go to the theaters to see, but it's going to have a lot of rewatchability.
It's definitely going to have longevity.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be up there as one of the.
I'm actually
it's
seeing it Friday.
kind of a
so-
classic
Right.
book.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you got to see this version of it. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, it's like Shakespeare in a way that it's going to be redone.
It is.
a lot.
It's
Right,
like Pride and Prejudice. It's like everyone has their favorite version of it. Most
Right.
people, it's the I was going to say the Meg Ryan one, but it's not Meg Ryan. It's Winona Ryder. For
Right.
most people, that's not my favorite one, but my favorite one's the William Shatner version. But
How many times has it
How
been
she
done?
brings up who starred in it. Right? Yeah.
How many times has it been done?
it's been done at least 5 times that I know of.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
Little Women?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Starting the earliest one I'm aware of is the 1940s version, which has Elizabeth Taylor in it and Margaret O'Brien.
And you're not talking about the Ray Orbison song, right?
No.
Okay, all right. Are they walking down the street?
A couple times, but
Yeah.
not in the same manner. Like I said, it's a coming of age story, so it's one that's very applicable to being redone.
Do we know what the budget was for it?
I do not.
Not for Little Women, no.
Right.
Not for any of these. Well, actually, Star Wars was like 136 million, I
It's
think.
got to be more than that. They had.
No, well, 185, I think is the number.
That
Yeah.
can't. All right, I'm really curious
Yeah.
about that because they had like months of reshoots. Because I heard something like they were already up to like 200, almost 300 million.
Yeah, no, the official was 185. That's what I saw online, anyways.
Oh, okay.
So it could have,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. That
There
would
could be other
surprise me.
movies, and I know they shot like 4 different endings and things like that.
Yeah.
So there was stuff.
I am
Right.
curious
But-
about the different endings.
We'll
me
talk
too.
about this at
Yeah.
another time. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
you saw it, Arnie, and we'll talk about this another time because I'm not sure if we're hopefully still going to have a debate with Adam Newman about it. I don't know if Adam liked it or not though. But it is, to me, seems like it's been very divided. That for some people this was like, well, that was pretty satisfying, and they got back to something, you know. And for other people, it was just like, this is
More
just
of
the
the same.
cap of this crappy series that, you know.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I'm on the side of okay, they they really tried to make something of this whole mess, and valiant effort. I think it was almost impossible, but I think
Valiant effort doesn't make it seem like you liked it that much.
I liked the film. I enjoyed
Right.
the experience of it all, but there were things where I was just like, that's weird, or I don't understand what's going on there. And there's stuff that I just didn't know and understand in the canon.
Right.
That ultimately I got to do some research
Well,
about.
actually,
and
let
realized
me
it became really interesting.
right.
to
Let
me.
me realize that a lot of times though, they Kathleen Kennedy admitted there was no canon because there was nothing else. There was
Sure.
not,
Yes. People were
just
like,
so you
Disney
know,
just kicked the
there was
can
nothing to
down the road.
research because J.J. Abrams is now the canon.
Jar Jar Abrams, I heard
Jar Jar
somebody call him.
Abrams,
which is
right. Right, Jar- and Arnie, I don't want to get too lost in the muck that is the Star Wars world right now. But your basic thoughts on it? I know basically what you said.
My biggest takeaway was, wow, everyone in the theater was just kind of like whatever when they walked out. Both when they walked in, I'm used to going into a Star Wars movie, everyone clapping, cheering when the roll starts happening. Nobody clapped and cheered. Nobody. It was kind of a half-hearted. Yay.
There was none of that, yeah.
And
There was
nobody
really in the screening you saw.
I
it?
went to I went on Sunday, the day after it opened.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it was a Sunday or
I went
Monday?
Saturday
forget.
morning,
It was
yeah.
it was a very relative release.
The
Well, I
opening
thought
weekend.
the energy would
Right.
still be pretty decent.
The
but-
energy was not there, and
It was
even
none,
the debates
yeah.
have not been. Like usually people get into a good fight afterwards.
Right.
Nobody was fighting. Nobody cared. Everyone was actually talking about, like if they were walking out, they were talking about the Mandalorian. Nobody was talking.
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
And you have some news about the Mandalorian, don't you?
Yeah. So, well, have you guys seen it yet at all?
No, I haven't seen it. I do
So-
want to see it. I haven't gotten Disney
I am
Plus yet.
officially sick of Baby Yoda names. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I'm not.
So sick of
I'm
Baby
not.
Yoda
I just
names.
got started, and my girlfriend just found out about this. All of a sudden, we were hanging out. And she says, "Oh my God, this is so cute! You got to see this."
I'm telling you, and that's it. I mean, even if you live under a rock, you've probably heard about Baby Yoda.
Oh
That's
my
how
God.
popular he is right now. It's just crazy.
I have a lot of geeks in my feed. I have been like inundated with him.
He is actually the #1 Googled baby on the internet right now.
Poor baby
More than the
Archie.
royal family. Yes.
They were 5th. Oh no, they were
fifth.
3rd. I'm
They were
sorry. They were 3rd.
Poor
A
little
fake
Archie.
baby
That's right.
puppet, all right, is
Who
more,
isn't even Yoda?
isn't even Yoda, all right. That's amazing.
Oh, Baby Shark is
Baby
number
Shark
2.
was number 2.
That's awesome. Baby Yoda beat Baby Shark. Wow. All right, go on.
Oh
I'm
man, that
sorry.
was hilarious.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
So he was kept quiet during the filming and before the release. Nobody ever said anything about him. They wanted to kind of keep him secret and be the big reveal when the show came out. So of course,
God, that thing
the
is
toys,
so cute.
right? So this is the real Yoda.
Right.
Actually, I can kind of do this. Like, it's I can hold him in my hand. He's so small.
Yeah.
So when the show came out, everybody's like, "Oh, I want a little toy," or "I want something," and
I was
so there
surprised
were
they didn't
never
have
any.
the toys already ready. I'm like, you're Disney. This is what
You would think,
do.
right? Yeah, you would think. So I don't know what their thinking was behind it, but Donald Glover had something to do with it. It's because, and I don't really know what the story behind it was.
But this is Jon Favreau's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're probably like, what can Jon Favreau do besides create the MCU? You know, like, Jon Favreau can come in and save Star Wars. That would be amazing. You know, Happy saved Star Wars. I'm just saying that. Think about that.
Happy saved.
Happy from
That's
the
deep,
MCU.
man.
Jon Favreau has played Happy in Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's Jon Favreau. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know
That's
that.
deep.
That's deep.
That's
Happy.
Well, I learn
saved
something
Star
new
Wars.
every day.
Bob Turner says,
Had
"Baby
no
Yoda,
idea.
do." Okay.
Well, since Disney
go.
didn't have
Yeah.
any toys ready, toys
But
started
again,
coming out. No,
shock.
people are starting to knock them off, like creating toys, and like there's a Russian Yoda.
Do we have an image?
I think we do.
An image of the Russian Yoda?
So-
this is what
that's
little
so
baby
cute.
Yoda will look like. He is very cute. You must like him. Want to pet and cuddle him. For 13 rubles, you'll be able to get baby Yoda into your home. All right? Ship him from communist Russia to your house.
Gotta
Where
come
he
in
wants a
age
home.
7 or older.
Or older. More like 37-year-old woman and man.
So I'm involved in a couple of like groups on Facebook that do crafts or baking, and Baby Yoda has been all over it. People are figuring out how to crochet him, how to sew him,
really?
how to knit him,
They have
and how
patterns?
to create. No, not yet. Everyone's inventing Baby Yoda patterns
Wow.
because Disney's been too slow. So what they've discovered is if you take an angel cookie cutter and you chop the head off, it looks like a Baby Yoda. I wish I'd known we were talking about this. I would have
Cut
gotten
the
it.
head off of an angel. It looks like
Yeah.
a baby.
So that's what they're doing now. So like the whole I swear, my feed has been nothing but Baby Yoda for the past 6 weeks. And,
How long did it take for you to get sick of it?
4.
Do we have
I
any
think
more
it was the
images of
baby
Baby Yoda?
talk that people were putting in the memes. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
That's the good news all behind the whole Baby Yoda toy story is that
Okay.
there is a toy coming out.
All
Now
right.
it's not available. You can pre-order it through. There's a plush toy in Disney. There's a Walmart is advertising a plastic one with some bits and parts and pieces, and that's not it. But I'm
That's
sure
a
it'll
Russian
come up.
baby.
and which you can pre-order and get in like May.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard that
couple of
Amazon's
months.
got a version.
There he is.
And
You got the frog
It's
and
already
all.
the biggest seller on Amazon is the Baby Yoda pre-order.
I'm not surprised.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, he's like the cutest thing since Baby Groot. So yeah,
Yeah.
Baby
it's
Groot
not-
is
pretty
pretty
awesome.
cute, but Baby Groot, step aside.
Yeah.
Baby
no,
Yoda.
Baby Groot first.
I-
Little
Do you,
dancing
do, you,
Baby
do you
Groot.
think Baby Groot is cuter than Baby Yoda?
When he's dancing, I haven't seen Baby Yoda in action. I've only seen the memes that people have been doing.
Oh my God!
so-
Look up the video
Yeah, no,
footage. Do we
he's-
have it? We don't have
Baby
any
Yoda
video
is the
footage
bomb.
of Baby Yoda.
No video, yeah.
All right.
But he is definitely cuter than Groot.
He is. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen baby footage of it.
Right, I'll watch the footage and then
Plus
I'll make
he
an
has,
impartial judgment on
plus
that.
he's got the Force.
And the way
Like,
he
it's just a
walks,
very,
he's so
like,
cute. And he
Isn't that
wants
terrifying though? Like a little baby who's like, "Bring me water now," or "Bring me this now." Has the Force. It's like that Twilight Zone episode.
He doesn't speak.
First of all, have you seen Groot? There's a scene in Groot where he extends like his root
And it impales,
in
like,
like
6
20
guys.
people. Right? Yeah.
That was adult Groot. The Groot though.
That was
I'm talking about
adult
baby Groot.
He did. Then the other one, he's like.
Well, I didn't see the
in
other
other one,
one. I
he's
only saw
chasing
the
after people, and like he finds a finger in Baby Groot. He like.
Gross, man.
Yes, you don't remember that? Like.
No, I'm only
when he blows
saying.
up, that's what he actually plants or whatever.
Right.
and
No.
then
Right.
blows
He's
another
like,
baby.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. First
I'm
of all,
only saying it's slightly terrifying that a baby who's throwing a temper tantrum has the Force. And since we know that the Force can like electrocute people or bring like things out of the sky, I'm just saying it's a terrifying
Well, you haven't seen
idea.
Mandalorian yet. He
I
doesn't
have
do
not.
all those things.
Well, he doesn't, but that doesn't mean he can't.
That's true.
are you
Instead
gonna
of a
go?
horse, he's
Okay.
50
All right. You
years
know,
old.
you know what you sound
It
like.
is.
You know what you sound like.
Also, you know
you
what's
sound
funny?
like the Jedi Council were saying that Anakin Skywalker was too dangerous to train, and so they abandoned him.
No,
Are
I
you
mean,
gonna
shit.
abandon Baby Yoda?
I would not. I would tie him up and put him in a dungeon until he grew up and knew how to use his powers properly.
That sounds like how you would create another another monster.
True,
right?
true. It's not
irony-
a perfect plan.
The irony of it all is he's not even a baby. He's 50 years old.
You're 900 years old. You look this great.
Well, that's what confused me when it first came out. They're like, Baby Yoda's in the Mandalorian. Like, first of all, the Mandalorian's after the Return of the
after
Jedi,
Yoda
right?
goes bye-bye. Yeah.
Okay, and
He
I'm
goes
like,
into the afterlife.
and Yoda himself was like 900 something years old, right? So I'm like, that doesn't. I don't understand how the math works. So I was confused.
He's the third Yoda that's been
And
revealed,
Arnie is
by the
looking
way.
to have a meme of Baby Yoda tied up in a basement where he's better
I'm just
off.
saying. No. I'm just saying.
Let's just say the start of our third season,
Watch an episode of Twilight Zone.
Arnie wants to tie up Baby Yoda. Says it's better
No, that's
for
a
the
bad-
world that Baby Yoda is tied up in a basement.
You
You heard
make
it
me
first
sound
here
horrible.
today.
We're gonna get a Baby
First here
Yoda
today,
plush.
live on the early late night live show. On that note, all right. Anyways, we're gonna have a nice music video coming up when we come back. Actually, we're gonna go to break, and then we're going to play right after that music video. I'm telling that to the people in the back know what to do. All right, a new music video from Kate Eppers. So she's not here tonight, but her music is. So early late night live show every Wednesday night, 7 to 8. We'll be right back.
Hey, Terry, how's it going?
Hey, this laptop's having sound issues again.
Yeah, it seems to be a common theme around here.
Why would this stupid thing work?
Oh, I know, IT. Let me take a look.
I feel like this happens every week. We really need to get on top of this.
I'm sure Dan's doing the best that he can.
Yeah, Dan.
Oh, there it is. You had it muted.
I do not have it.
And
Damn it, Dan.
And so I'm alive again, and I say thanks to you, my friend, for the warm blood you pumped into my veins. Night after night, I see you in my dreams, the most intense ones I have ever seen. I can do nothing but dream of you. You know what I know, my love will grow. Don't be afraid, please, forever stay. Here in this realm, I'll keep you safe. It won't be long now. Water swallows my silver coin. It floats down the wishing well. Your gifts, they make me melt inside. Addicting music, pure to taste. Please stay inside of the skin you're in. Night after night, I see you in my dreams, the most intense ones I have ever seen. I can do nothing but dream of you. Eternally in my dreams, promise you'll kiss me hard. Say those words that you say. Please, forever stay. Here in this realm, I'll keep you safe. It won't be long now. Water swallows my silver coin.
So congratulations, Kate Eppers, on the release of a music video for her song, The Wishing Well. You can find out more at kateeppers.com. We have the link down below. I forget the name of her album that this is going to be released for, but another hell of a music video. She does these really cool and elaborate music videos. Kate, if you're ever interested in doing another one, I kind of want to film one because I kind of want to see the ideas that she has. So that's really awesome. But what time is it? I gotta check. Okay, so we're coming close to the end of the show. I actually can't see the clock on the TV because I haven't got my glasses on right now, and it's a very tiny little thing. Now they made it really big so I can so I can
Uncle
see.
Terry can see.
Uncle Terry can see.
I was just happy that I actually could see it.
Oh.
Without glasses. So I'm like, yes, I can see. All right.
All right. Well, so any last words, guys, for the start of the year? What do you want to get from this show? What are you looking forward to this year? You think? Mitch?
Well, I think that it's another opportunity to create art and bring new guests on and meet new people and do some neat stuff and just playing around with the show and getting creative and having fun. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. So
Yeah, Arnie?
Well, I've just learned that I'm actually a deeply disturbed and terrible person.
You are? Yes. You want to tie up Baby Yoda? Right,
Yeah,
yes.
And I think that my New Year's resolution ought to be not to be so terrible, but
Not to be horrible, yes.
But actually, I'm really looking forward to
Tying a Baby Yoda in the basement?
No, because I discovered that's a terrible idea
is a
because he has
terrible
the
idea.
Force, but
Right.
so we have to come up with something else. But
Wow, that doesn't help your case at
no,
all
it
right
doesn't.
now.
But no, passing lightly over Baby Yoda.
Right.
I'm really looking forward to this year. We got some fun stuff coming up. I know of like more of those fun ads and things like that. So
Yes.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And next week, I promise I'll be prepared and actually remember which trailers I picked for the show.
Yes. Yeah. So let us know if you watch the show what you think of the new
I
format.
put that one on you, actually.
Hey, I'm talking here. All right. Let us know what you think of the new format. Who's our guest for next week?
That would be
Dan Demers.
No, sorry,
What?
he's the 22nd.
Oh.
I'm really looking forward to him. But I'm also really looking forward to my friend Charles Mycelli's coming on. He just
Okay.
wrote a new book, and he's bringing some music with him. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, cool. And for artists out there, if you guys are interested, we are creating an advertising package for artists if they want to create ads and to post onto our show for live to just be announced. If you want us to announce that, hey, you can check out this, or you want us to actually create an ad, if you want us to run ads on our our ever-growing Facebook site, because our Facebook site is growing. We actually have quite a bit of followers, more followers than likes. I don't know how we do that, and our growing YouTube channel. So we are looking to do more of that because the whole point of this show to me was always about getting people talking to each other, artists talking to each other, letting them know that in New England area you don't have to leave to be able to pursue your artistic dreams. I mean, I've got a big career out of it, but you can pursue your artistic dreams, and that's really what I want the show to be more about this year, and I'm very happy about that. Kate Epper says, Terry, yes, let's do it. Yeah. What?
The music
The
video.
music video, right, yes. Right, the music video. Got it. Okay, that was it. I said a lot of things recently.
Can we roll that footage back?
roll that footage back. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this year, to really expanding this show. This show I know has opened allowed me to meet a lot of people I otherwise wouldn't have met. I've been asked this before, how do you get guests for the show? In the original start of the show, I was just calling up every single film and actor friend of mine saying, could you please be a guest on my show? No one likes me.
That's how I got on the show,
Yes,
by the way.
except we weren't friends,
I was
right?
like, last-ditch effort.
Right,
I need somebody desperately. Can you come on the show?
That was a different phone call, but that was...
That's how I got it.
PG,
That was
guys.
my-
PG.
That was my host story.
She said, let me see, the album is called The Wishing Well, Kate Epper. So yeah, make sure you drop the link for us, Kate Epper, and we'll post it on our Facebook site. And so, yeah, that's one of the cool things about the shows that we've really gotten to. For me, it started out with just my friends, and now I have become friends with people because of the show. So now, because a lot of times I really don't handle the guests anymore at all. I talk to them, I get other stuff done. That's all done through Arnie and through Mitch. They both these people bring the guests all the time, right? You know, and so it's really cool for me every week to come in.
Oh, and
meet
shout
someone
out,
new.
if you want to be a guest, just send an email to me at Killarney
At narrowstreetfilms.com.
I have a new email address now.
Right, Killarney.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. Killarney at narrowstreetfilms.com. And so, yeah, and if you are looking to do any advertising or anything, send an email to info@narrowstreetfilms.com. So anyways, we got a lot coming up this year, and I want to thank you guys. This was a really, really fun show to come back to. And yeah, That's about it. Mitch, any last words?
Have fun. Have a great 2020.
All right, Arnie.
Sorry, Baby Yoda.
All right, everyone. Safe travels if you're traveling out there, and we will see you next week on the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98, and we're out. Hey, you made it. Thank you for watching our show, and be sure to join us next week at 7 p.m. on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show in Exeter Channel 98.
And if you have any questions or want to be a guest on the show, you can email killarneyt@gmail.com. There might be a link or some info somewhere around here.
Somewhere around here. Below. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. You won't regret it.
We
They
hope.
won't regret it.
Yeah.
Terry Traynor Show.